Do we have a score update?
See, I was behind you. Bottom one hurts right.
Okay. Well, go on.
55-74 with 12.
He just made a 10-footer with 12 seconds left to put the Lynx ahead by 1.
Okay.
Sun have a full timeout now. They're gonna get the ball back with a chance to win the game.
All right. All right. Well, don't tell me what happens.
Coach, cause out again. What's it looking like for a potential return for her, do you think?
Yeah, I think she's getting closer. She's not ready tonight. Yeah, I think that we'll see her soon, just not tonight.
Coach, with you spending 8 years in Portland, making the playoffs each of those 8 years, how do you think that's prepared you to lead the Mercury into the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I mean, nothing better than the playoffs. I wish they were 7-game series. Hopefully in the future it's 5-game series. Over the course of the season, the games come so quick and there's not a lot of time for adjustments. Obviously, you're showing video and preparation, but you keep things pretty consistent. And I think the fun thing for the playoffs is the different things that you can look at. And obviously the longer the series, the more your players get to know the other team's stuff, the more they get agitated with one another. So yeah, I mean, it's an exciting time. I mean, we had spent the last 4 days working on Connecticut, and then now we've been working on Minnesota, and now it's a tie game with 2 minutes to go. So the twists and turns of playoff prep is that's what makes it fun. I don't know if our video people have fun with it, but it's the playoff, nothing better than the playoffs. Yeah, I know. That's what I just said. I was like, do we have to go right now? So no, it's fine. I paused it.
Just speaking of Portland,
Yeah.
potentially big announcement coming tomorrow
Yeah.
in Portland. Just wondering what you thought about that market in terms of women's basketball and what a team could look like there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a basketball city. There's not a lot of professional sports. I know that they support winning teams, and it's a great place in the summers. So I'll definitely look forward to going there. Yeah, with the University of Oregon and Oregon State and the history that they have with women's basketball, and yeah, I think it'll be a definitely a city and a state that will support it, which is awesome.
What's Diana's day-to-day been like that helps explain her still playing a high level this season?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously the basketball is one thing, but the commitment to her body, obviously 20 years in, I think she's at least 4, maybe 5 years older than the next closest person in this league. That just doesn't happen by chance. It happens by work. And if or when she decides to call it quits, it's probably going to be that part that was the hardest part, right? Getting her body ready each and every day, each and every game. But she has done it at such a high level for such a long time. That's what's impressive.
Hey, Coach, this season has been amazing across the league, but for you personally, how amazing has it been for you specifically to coach this team? Yeah,
it's been fun. I wish that we would have had a little bit more consistency as far as our lineups and our top 6 or 7 together. We haven't had that, but that's what seasons are like, right? I feel extremely lucky to be coming into this league at this time. I am just excited to be a part of how it's moving in the future. The crowds have been absolutely awesome. I think the league making a jump as far as the charter flights. It's exciting to see our women getting things that they deserve and things that our men in the NBA have gotten here for a while. So I'm super thankful. It's been awesome to be a head coach again. I woke up today from a nap and I was like, shit, I am tired, because your mind is always thinking. And but I've loved it. I've loved it. It's I get to see great coaches like Kurt and, you know, the things that they've done over time. And it's just, I'm learning a lot each and every game. But it's a grind. I mean, it's a tough season, especially in an Olympic year, but I've really enjoyed it.
Kind of along those lines, you guys in your group in the training facility.
Yeah.
What has that meant to your team, to this organization? How does that help?
Yeah, well, hopefully it means an advantage in free agency and moving forward. It's a wonderful home. It's a, you know, obviously I think it's probably the best. I mean, I would say it's the best one in the W. I'd say it's a top 5 facility in the NBA. I mean, it's spectacular. And you know, that's kind of been the weird part is like Olympics ends and now we're in a new place and you know, we've been moving around, but every day it's starting to feel more like home. And you know, I think the fact that Matt has made the commitment to do that, it's going to raise the level of the other teams that they're going to have to do that because the other players are going to hear and see what we're trying to do. Do we have a score update?
See, I'm behind you. Bottom when Kurt started.
Okay. No.
55-74 with 12.
He just made a 10-footer with 12 seconds left to put the Lynx ahead by 1.
Okay.
The Sun have a full timeout now. They're gonna get the ball back with a chance to win the game.
All right. All right. Well, don't tell me what happens. I want to watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, coach, every game is important, you know, coming down to the end of the
Yeah.
season, but is there any extra intention or message just given, you know, this is your last road game and you got to win a road game or two
Yeah.
when you get to the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Again, just kind of where I've come from the last 10, 12 years and our roster sizes and you know, we're the 7 seed, right? And so not for any reason, but like in the NBA, most nights like tonight, you're probably resting your players to get ready for the playoffs because that's now what is important. But because of our roster size, we don't really have that opportunity to do that, you know. And I probably our, you know, our players don't think, I mean, they want to play. That's what they've always done, and that's what I respect about them. But so there's definitely going to be a balance that I try to find tonight. Obviously, we're here to win the game. But you know, we've got bigger things ahead of us. And so just trying to find that balance is, I think, is important, especially after we haven't been playing very well. We had a nice win in Chicago the other night. I'd like to keep that momentum. I think our players would like to keep that momentum, but also, you know, not at the expense of playing BG 35 minutes, right? I don't think that's a smart thing to do where we're headed. So, yes, tonight is important for us. We're coming here to win the game, like every game, but I don't want to extend our starters in a, you know, just a poor decision for tonight.
Hey, Coach, Sean Haylock with the broadcast. How would you describe what it's been like coaching an all-time great in Diana? And then separately, why has Cloud been so successful against LA this year?
Well, hopefully she keeps it up tonight. Yeah. I would say with DT, like any great player, and a player that has played as long as she has, she's seen everything. She's, you know, when I walk in every day and get ready to present the team with a plan, I have to be ready for a question from DT, and that makes me better. You know, there's no winging it. There's like, we have to have a plan because, you know, she's very detail oriented and she's seen everything. She's seen things that she's worked and things that haven't worked. And obviously, you know, she's won at the highest level. So I would say for me, just making sure we're prepared each and every day to challenge her and make sure we're organized from that front. Yeah, obviously Tosh has had some big games, you know, down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Last game here, she was fantastic, as good as she's been all year in the fourth. And you know, the thing with Tosh is she kind of picks and chooses when she needs to score. I think that's a good sign of a point guard that's a pass first. You know, maybe in the future, you know, she'll look to score more, but there's a balance, and I think she understands that. And there's going to be nights when we need her to score, and she's done a good job of that against LA this year.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you. Don't tell me the score.